Day 2 of the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament opens with an instant rematch. The top seed and fourth-ranked Lady Vols of Tennessee face the Ole Miss Rebels for the third time this season. It's the start of the second round, and it's next from Duluth, Georgia. We welcome you to the arena at Gwinnett Center, Duluth, Georgia. And at noontime in the east, the doors open to a sea of orange. The Lady Vol fans are here and in full throat, ready to support the #1 seed, the fourth-ranked team in the country, the Tennessee Lady Vols, as they move into action now in the tournament as they take on Ole Miss. A very pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Bob Rathman, Carol Ross, great to have you with us today. 4 games yesterday, all terrific basketball games, and we saw the balance and the depth of quality in the SEC.
Well, you saw Ole Miss, Auburn, Vanderbilt, and Georgia all advance into the second round. Just tremendous first-round game.
Here's a look at the brackets. Ole Miss advancing with a thrilling win over South Carolina, 64-63. The second game this afternoon matches Auburn against the 2 seed Kentucky. Well, they meet again for the second time in 5 days and the third time in less than a month. It's Ole Miss and Tennessee. The Lady Vols won both of those games, but Ole Miss will be heard from as they were in Knoxville. And behind Bianca Thomas, they have a chance to beat Tennessee here this afternoon.
Well, it sets up as a David and Goliath type matchup. Tennessee, certainly the bigger team, but Bianca Thomas has taken this Ole Miss team and put them on her back. A huge game yesterday against Auburn.
And, of course, for the Lady Vols of Tennessee, their first tournament action comes today. Shakina Strickland has been a constant in an ever-changing Lady Vol lineup.
Well, Pat Summitt calls her her most consistent player. She is the only player in a Tennessee uniform that has started every game this season for the Lady Vols.
And she got Tennessee off to a red-hot start against Ole Miss on Sunday, finished with a season-best 23 points in that game. So the matchup is set. It's Ole Miss against Tennessee as we get kick-started in round 2 of the SEC Women's Tournament from Duluth, Georgia. Back with the starting lineups and the opening tip right after this.
I'm Dr. Love. This is Dr. Pepper Cherry. It has a kiss of cherry flavor. This devilish elixir has a kiss of cherry.
Dad, it's not kiss. It's kiss of cherry. It's amazingly smooth. Be smooth.
Dr. Pepper Cherry is amazingly smooth. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
At American Signature Furniture. And we're giving you the power to save big during the big sale. Like this modern 5-piece all-wood bedroom with frosted glass accents. Not $21.49, not $8.99. Now just $6.99. Our lowest price ever. Choose a queen 2-piece mattress set by Simmons Beauty Sleep or American Signature for only $3.99. And take your choice of these made-in-Italy 100% leather sofas for just $5.99. During the big sale at American Signature Furniture.
There's so much to choose from when Mom and Dad take me to a Tennessee state park. We can have a picnic, go horseback riding, swimming, hiking, and so much more. The park rangers are really nice and they know a lot about nature. Check out this cool owl. And did you know they have hotels and restaurants too? And their food is awesome. We sure are lucky to have such a fun place with so much to do so close by. Visit tnstateparks.com to choose a Tennessee State Park adventure for your family.
Thanks for your help.
Your Braves are coming soon. Catch them on Fox Sports South and Sports South.
Moments ago here in Duluth, Georgia, the regular season championship trophy was presented by Commissioner Mike Slive to the Tennessee Lady Vols as they win their 15th regular season championship. Be starters. And for Tennessee, of course, tremendous size. All 5 of these starters are 6 feet tall or taller. And with Pat playing a lot of zone these days, you can imagine what that's going to look like for Ole Miss. The Rebels line up with 3 seniors in Robertson, Black, and Thomas, who took Tennessee right to the wire not once but twice in each of the past 2 seasons, only to see Angie Bjorklund break their hearts with last-second 3-pointers. The head coach of Ole Miss is Renee Ladner in her 3rd season at the helm, and her ball club draws Tennessee, as we mentioned, for the 2nd time in 5 days. They met in Knoxville just this past Sunday. And the head coach of Tennessee, of course, the legendary Pat Summitt. When somebody's been on the job for 36 years, it's hard to find a first. But this is a first for her. No seniors on this club, and I'm sure the SEC is thrilled about that. The core group, all sophomores.
Well, last year was a little disappointing by Tennessee standards, and this young group, they're sophomores on paper, but they look like seniors when they step out on that floor. They had a lot of valuable learning experiences last year, and they picked right up where they left off. And the SEC mountaintop is orange again, which is the way it's been most of the SEC history. And now everybody will try to take their shots at Tennessee to keep them from securing the double-double.
Here's Renee Ladner on the Ole Miss bench. And she spoke so eloquently yesterday about the challenge of facing Tennessee. And I think for the other 11 schools in this league have been battling, Pat, year after year after year, you have to embrace this challenge. And I think Ole Miss has done that.
Well, Renee Ladner was my point guard when I played. I know her really well. She's been on my staff for 6 years. And she loves a good challenge. She does embrace competition. And what better competition than Tennessee?
The gold standard, no doubt about that. Lawson Newton, Nina Napier, Mary Day, the officials, and here we go with the first game of the 2nd round.
It's hard to believe Ole Miss won the tip, but they certainly did. So,
if you're a Rebel fan and you're looking for omens, how about that to start the day?
Well, as small as Ole Miss is against a much bigger Tennessee team.
And right out of the gates, Bianca Thomas drills a 3.
Well, I talked to Renee Ladner before the game. She said, we have to get out to a good start. So Ole Miss has got to be happy that Bianca Thomas.
Quick lay-in for Kelly Kane.
So both big guns start right out. Bianca Thomas for Ole Miss, Kelly Kane for Tennessee.
Kane making a return to her hometown of Atlanta in this tournament here in Duluth, Georgia. Tipped and taken away by the Lady Vols. Bjorkman lobs it inside, and this one knocked away from Kane.
And what you can't do if you're Ole Miss is turn the ball over. It's like putting gas on a fire.
Ole Miss averages 14 turnovers a game. That's one of the better marks in the country, and of course in the SEC. A little baseline popper for Manning. To Alicia, who had a career-high 15 against Ole Miss Sunday, makes it 4-3.
It's another Georgia girl in a Tennessee uniform.
Alicia from Woodstock, Georgia, and Etowah High School. Strickland now brings it up for Tennessee. Only 2 defeats. One came on Georgia soil over in Athens against Andy Lander's Georgia Bulldogs. The other defeat was at Stanford in December. Up and in, and a foul. Brewer scores it, will go to the line.
Well, if you're going to foul Tennessee or anybody else, you certainly have got to make sure that the ball does not get up above their shoulders. And that time, Kayla Holloway got just enough to draw the foul, but not enough to stop the shot.
Alicia Brewer, great shooter, 53% from the field, 6th best in the SEC this season. To finish off the 3-point play in Dubs.
Here's the left-hander. If she gets on that left block, she's going to turn the same way almost every time. I'm sure that's in a scouting report somewhere. But saying it on the scout report and actually fulfilling that on the court are 2 different things.
Ole Miss going inside, rejected once, twice. Holloway denied, and here come the Lady Vols on a 7-0 run after the opening 3-pointer from Thomas. Bjorkman down the lane, and the lane is good and a whistle. Brewer scores again.
Tennessee is really just taking it to Ole Miss right now, just really being aggressive with the basketball, with their basket cuts. And Brewer has really shown why she shoots at such a high percentage. She takes very good shots. She plays within herself, and she is a great finisher around the basket.
Since the aforementioned Georgia defeat, Brewer has averaged 13 points and 7 rebounds. Puts her second old-fashioned three-point play in the books. It's 10-3. And another potential turnover at mid-floor. It's going to be a timeout for Ole Miss.
And even though that's not how you want to get a timeout, it's probably a good timeout. Renee Ladner has an opportunity now to kind of refocus her team and save that possession. Tennessee just keeps bringing the heat, and a great job double-teaming Kayla Melton. And again, you've got two hungry teams trying to push this thing to tomorrow, and you're going to see a lot of plays like that.
Take a look at our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game. We talked about their 15 regular season titles. Tennessee also atop the heap with 13 SEC tournament titles. Vandy number 2 with 6. Now, this game has a similar start, Carol, to the game Sunday in Knoxville, when Tennessee just came right out of the gates, got a pretty sizable lead early, and Ole Miss was forced to fight from behind.
Well, Tennessee is not a team you want to try to come from behind on, because they're big, they're strong, they control the board.
Chantel Black with a big three-pointer to make it a 10-6 game.
And we talked a little about Ole Miss yesterday, and they can be down and come back quickly because of their great ability to shoot the three-point shot.
Ole Miss hit 10 threes yesterday against the Gamecocks. Shot clock at 4. Bjorklund. And the rebound to Manning.
Those are the rebounds Ole Miss has to get, especially the ones that are, we call those running team rebounds. Strickland was a nightmare for Ole Miss last week in the game in Knoxville, and she looks like she's back on cue.
A three-pointer after the career-high 23 against Ole Miss at Thompson Bowling. In the season series, Strickland has hit 5 of 9 from 3 and shooting 60% against the Rebels. Another turn. Ole Miss third. Bjorklund foul going up. And this foul against Chantel Black, her first.
Well, the worst thing you can do when you play Tennessee is turn the ball over. And Ole Miss has had too many opportunities. Tennessee has stepped in those passing lanes. When they run the fast break, it energizes their fan base. And then it really feels like you're playing about 100 people against 5, because there's no question that there's a lot of orange in this building, and they are very reactive to anything good that happens to Tennessee.
Second free throw coming. Angie hits them both, her first 2 points. Yeah, she's had the big shots against Ole Miss, but not big games offensively in the season series.
Well, Bjorklund she's clutch. And there's no question about it. If there's going to be a late shot taken, she's the girl you want to have the ball in her hand.
Nikki Bird, who statistically 3 points, 4 rebounds yesterday, but I thought Carol was instrumental in Ole Miss's win over South Carolina.
She was, Bob, and she will be again today. If Ole Miss had success, she's going to have to neutralize some of the Tennessee size. She's one of the only players in an Ole Miss uniform that can actually stand as tall as Tennessee.
Our first time out of the day comes at 15:53. First half, top seed Tennessee underway with Ole Miss 15-8 Lady Vols.
When you own a business, nothing beats the sound of saving time and money. And it's never been simpler to save with Regions Life Green Checking and Savings for Business. You'll enjoy free online and mobile banking. And with Regions Quick Deposit, you can deposit checks right from your desk. Drop by and get started with a business financial review through a Regions Cash Core analysis. It's how business gets into the rhythm of saving. Regions, proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
Get a real value meal for $2.99. Wendy's Crispy Chicken Deluxe with all white meat, or the Double Junior Cheeseburger Deluxe, both with fries and a drink, now for just $2.99.
You know when it's real.
You don't really think about stability until you don't have it. Auto Owners Insurance has been safe, sound, and secure for over 90 years. That's stability you can count on. Contact your independent Auto Owners Insurance agent today, ranked highest in customer satisfaction with the Auto Insurance Claims Experience 2 years in a row by J.D. Power & Associates. Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people.
New shoes? Go online and get in the game on foxsportssouth.com.
The 2010 SEC Women's Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by Regions Bank and by Wendy's. You know when it's real. With Carol Ross, Bob Rathman back in Duluth, Georgia. 15-8, Tennessee leads Ole Miss. She stands 6'3" and is the first Lady Vol ever from Oklahoma. Alicia Brewer's off to a hot start.
Well, she's a big, powerful left-hander, and she really is comfortable around that rim, knows what to do and how to do it. She's been very successful already early in this game against Ole Miss.
Black saves it. Back out front to Melson, and Ole Miss sets it up. Trailing 7. Inside the ring, this jumper rims out for Phillips. Going into the post to Kane. Banks it home.
Tennessee is really imposing their size on Ole Miss right now. It's been a variety of ways that they've scored in the paint, but primarily through post play.
Tennessee 6 of 8 to start the day. 17-8 leaders. On the cut, here's Thomas. Gets a good look and drops it in. 5 points for Bianca.
Excuse me, Bob. The key for any team against Tennessee or anybody that's really has a bigger, more talented group, you've got to knock down shots, and you got to do it early.
Manning off the rim, and the rebound to Ole Miss. Black in transition. Thomas drives and creates the contact, and that's the first foul on Kelly Kane.
One of the reasons it's so hard to guard Tennessee, watch the ball movement as Tennessee brings the ball down the court. People get in position, just quick ball reversal, continues to swing that Ole Miss defense from one side to the other. And then you go into Kelly Kane. There's no answer for her in Ole Miss uniform. She's big, she's strong, and she's very talented.
Thomas, 22 yesterday in the tournament opener. Outstanding. 6 of 7 outside the arc. 6 points. And now Glory Johnson comes in for Tennessee. And Kane gets a breather. Bianca Thomas led the conference in scoring. At 34 points in Knoxville. Second highest total of her career. And it all went for naught in the Lady Vol victory.
Well, besides the fact, Bob, that Bianca Thomas is just a tremendous offensive player, she hails from the state of Tennessee. And you grow up wanting to be a Lady Vol. They didn't offer her a scholarship, so you can bet the competitor in Bianca Thomas wants to play well when she plays against Tennessee.
Chester County High School, Henderson, Tennessee. 17-11. Robertson. A big factor yesterday, and Robertson is down at the end of the floor. Contact late with Johnson at the other end. Strickland misses. Here come the Rebels one more time, trailing 17-11. Into the paint, Black. Outside Robertson. And the shooter's bounce.
Nice job. Elizabeth Robertson got knocked down on her last shot. She pops back up and knocks this one down.
Robertson, another key yesterday, 19 against South Carolina, and 4 3-pointers.
We talked yesterday about Elizabeth Robertson. She's really a perimeter player, but she plays that 4 spot for Ole Miss, gives them an extra offensive weapon.
This ball belongs to Tennessee.
Watch Chantel Black go in amongst the bigs, draw them up. She kicks it out to a waiting Elizabeth Robertson, who is a very, very accurate 3-point shooter for Ole Miss.
A fresh 30 on the clock. Lady Vols have missed their last 4 shots after that blazing start. Now off the dribble, Bjorklund. Rebound to Black. 3-on-3, Tennessee. The pass is kicked. Ole Miss ball, 12:57 left in the half. We've talked about all the Georgia girls that are coming back to play in this SEC tournament here this week. Of course, Kelly Kane is in that number. She played at St. Pius, and she won 3 in a row on this floor. So you know she feels good about coming back to the arena here at Gwinnett Center.
No question about that, Bob. There's 3 on the floor right now between these two teams. You got Alicia Manning's a Georgia girl. Chantel Black for Ole Miss is a Georgia girl. And then you've just mentioned Kelly Kane from St. Pius. Some good high school basketball coming out of the state of Georgia.
Shot clock at 3. Strickland got it off in time. And an over-the-back foul on Tennessee, and Manning jammed a finger.
Well, there was a nice battle going on those weak side boards. Bianca Thomas was a lone rebel, but there were 2 Tennessee Lady Vols just sitting on weak side boards.
17-13 Tennessee.
Tennessee is really doing a nice job of pushing Ole Miss out, keeping Ole Miss away from that paint. The best way to attack that pressure is with pressure, and that's to drive it, just like Kayla Nelson was trying to do.
Thomas, good.
Bianca Thomas is so good at getting defenders to stretch out of their comfort zone and create her own space.
Manning from the baseline. Second bucket for the sophomore, Woodstock, Georgia, 19-15 Tennessee. She's still holding that finger. Jammed in the rebound action a moment ago.
Well,
didn't affect the shot.
If you're going to weak side boards, you gotta really toughen up. That's one of the most physical areas of the court.
A rushed shot by Robertson. 19-15 ball game. Bjorklund for 3. Ole Miss has seen that play before. And a timeout taken by the Rebels.
Well, you can't leave Bjorklund open, and Ole Miss, better than most teams, knows that you better have an eye on Bjorklund. She was too wide open that time. It was great ball movement again by Tennessee, and Bjorklund's got good ball reversal, basic basketball. She's got her feet set. She's ready to catch and shoot. And she's about as good as they come at putting the 3-point shot down.
In the game at Oxford, it was Angie's 3 with a second left that lifted Tennessee to victory, 61-58. First team all-conference performer, the junior from Spokane Valley, Washington. A 1-for-4 start, that her first field goal. In the 2 games against Ole Miss, ironically, Bjorklund was a composite 4 for 14.
Well, you know, that's the thing about Bjorklund. It's not necessarily about how many you hit, it's when you hit them. And for Ole Miss, they had Tennessee on the ropes in Knoxville last year. Bjorklund hits a shot with about 6 seconds on the clock to win that game. Then this year in Oxford, she comes back and does it with 1 second on the shot clock, on the game clock.
Black penetrates, kicks. The size of Tennessee. And that ball goes to the corner. Look out. Nelson. Unable to get the shot off in time. Turnover.
Well, Ole Miss time had poor spacing And Tennessee fully took advantage of that with just their size, and they really would not let Ole Miss reverse the basketball.
And a timeout. .10:39 to play first half. Tennessee 22, Ole Miss 15.
AT&T covers 97% of all Americans. That's a lot of people. I've collected a few postcards of all the places that AT&T has coverage. Spokane, Washington, Boston, Mass, San Francisco, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Dated a girl from there. Warren, Michigan. Didn't work out. Bozeman, Montana. Daytona Beach, Florida. Madison, Wisconsin. College town. I think we get the picture.
If you want coverage, we've got it. AT&T. Buy any smartphone after mail-in rebate and get any messaging phone free after mail-in rebate.
Imagine if you could keep your engine as close as possible to factory clean. Introducing new Pennzoil Ultra. A revolutionary new synthetic oil that takes clean where it's never been before. Nothing feels like a factory clean engine. And nothing keeps you closer to factory clean than new Pennzoil Ultra motor oil.
At the University of South Carolina, we step up to meet the needs of our entire state, leading the way by making an impact every day. Investing in our public schools, we transform challenge into achievement. Advancing the quality of life today, we provide for a better tomorrow. Powering innovations that build businesses, create jobs, and drive the economy. Making an impact. We are the University of South Carolina.
Tennessee leading Ole Miss by 7. 10:39 remaining in our opening half. Game 1 of our afternoon session and game 1 of the second round of the SEC Women's Tournament. Bianca Thomas has scored 8 of the 15 points for Ole Miss. And Carol, I continue to be impressed with her concentration, with all the defensive attention, bodies flying at her, to stick with that shot.
Bianca Thomas has great focus. She's got tremendous offensive instincts shooting the basketball. And more importantly, she knows how to create her own space for her own shot.
Strickland loses the dribble. It rolls out to Black. Chantel now gains control. Tipped. Ole Miss sets up shop. Here's Melson. Looks for the play call from the bench. Baseline. Air ball this time by Phillips. Tennessee attacking.
Tennessee, they're just trying to get organized, trying to find the matchup that they want. There's a double team coming from Ole Miss. Tremendous job doubling down, sliding into that gap to steal that basketball.
And it was the pressure from that double team. Chantel Black getting down there to create havoc on the pass out.
Well, she's only 5'3", Chantel Black, but she's got great hands. That time Nikki Bird got a little too physical, scooting around the moving screen on Nikki Bird.
Nikki with her first foul.
And Nikki, really the thing, when you're screening for Bianca Thomas, you really don't need to move much at all because she's so good at finding ways. If you can't help her get open, she can get herself open.
Strickland will shoot a couple of free throws, and Nikki had to take a lot of contact on that one, her second.
Well, that's 2 fouls on Nikki Bird in 2 possessions, so that's not a good sign for Ole Miss because Nikki Bird is probably the biggest player in an Ole Miss uniform, and when you're going against Tennessee with all their size, you need every inch you can get, and it looks as if she's going to have to sit down.
4th point for Strickland, a wonderful free throw shooter, second best in the SEC this year at 86%. Kayla Holloway back in now for the Rebels.
The thing about Strickland is she's really playing out of her natural position. She's taken over the point position at Tennessee because they need her there. She is so versatile in that she can play a number of positions on the floor, but she has really done well in assuming that point guard responsibility.
Tennessee leads by 9, and they've scored 9 points off Ole Miss turnovers. Now a whistle, and a foul coming against Bjorklund. Third team foul against Pat Summit's Lady Vols.
Well, we saw yesterday, Bianca Thomas, she's hard. She moves without the ball so well. It's very difficult to stop her from getting open without fouling her, and Bjorklund found that out on that last possession.
Seconds on the shot clock.
This Tennessee defense is sticky.
Thomas gets inside. Tapped out to Robertson. Ole Miss trying to go right back inside. Now Robertson up top. Great help and recovery by Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee, they're big, they're long, they really know how to use their arms to become even bigger than they actually are. It's very tough to get a good look at the basket.
Thomas out of the double team. Robertson in the corner. Kane, the outlet pass to Strickland.
And when you do get a good look, like Elizabeth Robertson, they're so hard to come by. You have to knock down shots if you're Ole Miss.
Bjorklund. Strickland for 3.
Now that's just tremendous ball movement set up by great offensive rebounding, which is a trademark of Pat Summitt coach teams. They're going to pound you to death on the boards, and then they're going to make you pay. And that kick-out 3 certainly is a tough lesson for Ole Miss.
And Thomas save it. The scrap is on, held ball, and the arrow to Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee defensively is just up in those passing lanes. They're playing tough, gritty, nasty defense, and there's nothing open for Ole Miss.
Ole Miss pulled within 2, now 10 straight Tennessee points. 7:32 to play, first half. Lady Vols by a dozen.
Headed out of town for the game? You don't need fancy tricks to get a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain. Just book online at Motel6.com. Nice move. We'll leave the light on for you. Official lodging partner of basketball fans.
Hello, this is Check and Talk. Caller 3.
I'm having problems with my cell phone. Calls keep dropping.
If you have a mirror handy, kindly gaze into it and you will find your problem.
A bad snake charmer always blames his snake.
Ooh, cold. Like an ice lolly. I assume you're on a feeble 2G network. Get Metro PCS and you'll be talking smack on 3G with nationwide coverage in over 11,000 cities and towns.
$40 a month, period, for unlimited talk, text, and web. Metro PCS. Wireless for all.
Motel 6 is proud to announce a brand new light to leave on for you. Yep, Motel 6 now offers wireless internet service because laptops are travelers too. I'm Tom Bodette and we'll leave the light on for you.
It's the all-new FoxSportsSouth.com. Your chance to interact with the teams and the people that bring it home. Exclusive access, expert analysis, blogs, photos, highlights. It's all here. Go online and get in the game on FoxSportsSouth.com. Spring training is underway, and Fox Sports South and Sports South are there because no one covers your Braves like us. We'll be online and on the air. Team coverage of your Braves, and it's all month long, only on Fox Sports South and Sports South. This is our team.
27-15 Tennessee, 7:32. Time remaining here in our first half. The next game matches the number 2 seed in the tournament, Kentucky's Wildcats against the number 10 Auburn Tigers. Approximately 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time here in Duluth, Georgia. And what a season it has been for Kentucky.
Kentucky, tremendous year. And, you know, they were picked 11th in the preseason, and they end up all the way to the 2 spot.
You come up with the Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, Coach of the Year. That's a pretty good season.
That's a pretty good sweep right there. And Coach Matthew Mitchell really did a nice job of coaching his club in a way that they could be successful. They're a small club, but boy, they get after you. They guard you from baseline to baseline.
That'll be a good matchup with Auburn today. That's coming along next. Bjorklund for 3.
And that's tough for Ole Miss. Tennessee is already very good offensively, rebounding the basketball, but you got Chantel Black for Ole Miss on weak side boards, 5'3", trying to fend off those much bigger Lady Vols, and that's just not a matchup she's going to be able to win too many times.
And it's played out on the offensive rebounds and the second chance points.
Well, for Ole Miss to have a chance, they've got to rebound the basketball, be the striking ditch for Tennessee.
How about Svaney's pass to Johnson?
Well, that's a great pass. Glory Johnson can just jump for days. She goes up and snags that ball and makes it look so easy. Catch and finish.
Spinning in, shooting and hitting, Kayla Melson.
And that's what Kayla Melson's got to do. You have to attack pressure with pressure. You can't pass your way out of from around this Tennessee defense. You got to go right at it.
This one deflected. Williams back to retrieve. Bjorklund nails another three.
Well, Bjorklund's doing a nice job of catching and shooting, but the rest of her teammates are doing a great job of moving the basketball and finding the open shooters.
Tennessee now 4 of 7 beyond the arc. And Ole Miss, that is the weapon that they need so desperately to stay with the Lady Vols. They've hit only 2. Nice play inside, but the layup short by Holloway.
Well, it's a great pass by Chantel Black. Kayla Holloway's had a few shots inside that she has got to finish.
Turnover here, Melson the steal, but the Lady Vols come back and get the basketball. Look at that hustle by Glory Johnson. And the pass inside for the lay-in.
And that's the difference right there. Tennessee lays their opportunity in and gets points. Ole Miss misses an opportunity on the other end. If you're going to play with the big girls, you got to hit the easy shots.
34-17 Tennessee. And kudos to Bjorklund for sticking with Thomas here defensively. Thomas turns a corner, contact, the ball out of bounds. And 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Watch Glory Johnson go up. What a great catcher. And then just hustling and not giving up on this play, hitting the hardwood, saving that possession. You tell me the Tennessee team's not hungry for another championship?
Success breeds success. Black tipped, taken away. Bjorklund's going to try to take it coast to coast and does. And Ole Miss is forced to take another first half timeout.
Well, this game can get out of hand in a hurry, and you know, for Ole Miss, you've got to get shots. Tennessee is doing a great job of just getting up and pressuring the passing lanes and swarming the basketball, really doing what Ole Miss has normally done. Been a swarming quick team that turns good defense into easy offense, but Tennessee has come out sharp, edgy on both ends of the floor, and Bjorklund's numbers are just racking up. She is having a big night. As you mentioned, Bob, she's also guarding Bianca Thomas, so she's got big assignments on both ends of the court.
Bjorklund now with 10 points in double figures, and you look at this elongated run for the Lady Vols, 19-2 over the last 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And they have showed mid-season form here today. This has been a wonderful opening game in the tournament. This first half, textbook Lady Vol basketball.
Well, it is. You know, you think rebounding, fast break basketball, they've done that. They've done it very well early in this game, but they've also done a nice job of executing in their half court.
Here's a block by Williams. Bjorklund with a bullet inside for the lay-in.
Well, this Tennessee team smells blood. You know, this is a team that they've not shown to this point. They're in March. This is when Pat Summers is at her best. Will this team be able to put their foot on somebody's throat and keep it down? And right now, you would have to say, if that's the lesson to be learned, they're learning it well.
Nice drive to the hoop by Chantel Black. She's got 5.
And those are the type plays Ole Miss has got to make. It's hard to pass the ball against Tennessee. You've got to drive it right at them.
Vaney, the bounce inside. The turn is good. Brewer using that strong left hand.
That's just a little too easy. Nikki Bird's got to get down and compete harder. Brewer has gone on her left side every time. So I know that scout report probably said that she was going to turn to the baseline on the left side, and she's done it every time.
Perhaps Nikki a bit gun-shy with those 2 fouls, knowing her importance in terms of her size for Ole Miss. A foul here on Williams and a break in the action. 3:52 to play, first half.
When you look at this dashboard and it lights up on you, it's kind of just like in your face. You know, it's almost like just gives you the spaceship effect. You're ready to just take off.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Did the Waltons take way too long to say goodnight?
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Mama. Good night, Aaron.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, Grandpa.
Good night, Ben.
Good night.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Night,
everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, Daddy.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Just moments ago, a grand opening at a local restaurant quickly came to a halt. Now, apparently, the 300-pound circus burger sign was tipped over where it came to rest on a parked car below. No one was injured, although the owner of the car was shaken up. Now, I'm told there are no suspects at this time, though investigators do think foul play was involved. For Live Witness News, I'm David Carpetian. Katie?
For breakfast, try Chick-fil-A's tasty chicken biscuits, chicken minis, or breakfast burritos.
I love the size. I love the room. With my church, we pick up food every month and distribute it to needy families throughout the community. This is just one small thing that the Escape helps me do.
Go online and get in the game on FoxSportsSouth.com.
40-19, the top seed Tennessee in their tournament debut. And Angie Bjorklund has hit a couple of threes, now with 10, and playing a great overall game.
Well, Bjorklund showing why she's first team All-SEC. Just tremendous catch and shoot player. That's not all she is, but she certainly does that very well. And then you see her out in transition off great defensive play.
5 assists in this game, in addition to 10 points. And a travel.
And back to Bjorklund. We talk about her points, and then you bring up her assist. She's also guarding Bianca Thomas, the SEC's leading scorer. So she's not just a catch-and-shoot player. She is a complete basketball player, and she just got a nice ovation for going out of the ball game. She has really done a nice job early in this ball game.
Bass in now at the point for Tennessee. Sophomore from Indianapolis. Off, tip no, and the foul on Bianca Thomas.
Tennessee is so hungry to rebound the basketball offensively. They are jumping, pounding the boards. It's a very tough task for Ole Miss to keep these much bigger, aggressive Tennessee players off the backboards.
Manning up and in.
And what's happened to Ole Miss? Early in the ball game, Tennessee was pounding it in the paint. They were really having their way inside. Now Ole Miss is so occupied with the inside play of Tennessee that the corners are now wide open for Tennessee to knock down jumpers.
And a foul on Bass. And that will send Kayla Melson to the foul line.
Kayla Melson just needs to continue to do what she does best, and that's put the ball in the deck and attack the rim. It's just too difficult to pass the ball against the Tennessee pressure.
With 7 rebounds and 9 assists, led Ole Miss in those departments yesterday. 3rd point of this game.
Kayla Melson, Bob, leads the SEC in assists. She is a very good passer, but this is not going to be a passing ball game for Ole Miss. They're going to have to thump it on that hardwood, drive it to the rim, become very aggressive offensively.
4 points for Melson, 42-21 Tennessee.
And again, Tennessee just just pitching the ball right over the much smaller Ole Miss defenders. And again, that course is open.
Tennessee just destroying Ole Miss on the offensive glass.
Well, in the first game in Oxford, it was a one-point ball game that Ole Miss lost at the buzzer, but Tennessee crushed Ole Miss on the backboards. And, you know, they crush a lot of teams on the backboard, so I'm not saying that specifically against Ole Miss, but this Ole Miss team is small. They have to scurry and be really quick to rebound the basketball, and Tennessee's just not giving them those opportunities.
Thomas trapped, gets it off a Tennessee player out of bounds. On average, Tennessee out-rebounds the opposition by 13.5 rebounds per game.
Well, having been in this league all my professional life, I can assure you that if they did cumulative stats over the SEC history, Tennessee would have a huge plus in rebound margin. They have been dominant since Pat Summitt's been the coach at Tennessee, and that's been a long time. So the players changed, but the coach hadn't. So that's the one thing that you can rest assured that gets talked about a lot at Tennessee practices is rebounding the basketball.
Under 2 minutes in the first half. Tennessee with the most impressive showing. Strickland, another offensive rebound. 10 points for Shekinah. 8 offensive rebounds for the Lady Vols in the first half. And the second chance points continue to pile up. 15 now for the Lady Vols. Nice drive to the hoop. Denzel Black now. He's got 7 points in the game. 46-23. Spaney, no, little long and over the glass to Ole Miss. Tennessee is such a great shooting ball club, 46% to lead the SEC. Second in the league in three-point percentage at 38. And having their way, Bjorklund resting 2 threes and 10 points. Overall, Tennessee is shooting 56% here in this first half. Offensive foul. Bianca trying to make something happen. Tabor Spaney stepping in to take the charge. Tennessee takes a timeout with 1:08 remaining here in this first half, and the Lady Vols up 46-23. And as we mentioned, game 3 of this regular season and tournament for Ole Miss and Tennessee. In the regular year, it was 61-58 Lady Vols on the Bjorklund game winner in Oxford. That was February the 11th. And then last Sunday, Tennessee had a big lead early and won by 12, 75-63. But this has been all Tennessee right from the start. Just the start of things for our quadruple header. Another game to follow, which will be Auburn and Kentucky, and then tonight, number 4 LSU plays its first game against number 5 Vanderbilt, followed by Georgia and Mississippi State. Our evening coverage begins here from Duluth at 6:30 Eastern Time. Pat Summitt, Holly Warlick, and the Lady Vol coaching staff now with a minute. Oh, the clock now begins to run as the ball is touched. 1:04 to play in our first half. Williams off the high screen to Strickland. Kamiko feeding to the wing. Now the turn by Brewer. And again, even on the right block, going to the left hand. And she's got 14. 48-23. Back, it squirts out to Lewis. On the drive, Nelson, no. And the follow drops. 48-25. 13, 12 seconds. Baseline drive, nice catch in traffic. The shot won't go. Rebound, Brewer, yes. Alicia with a 16-point first half. And the Lady Vols with a dominating performance. They have doubled the score on Ole Miss in the first 20 minutes and put 50 points up on the big board. Lady Vols fans rejoicing. That was some first half performance. Let's go to Carol.
Pat, I'm supposed to ask you a question. However, I'm supposed to ask Pat a question, but I just want to make a comment. When I see a half like this, I'm real glad I'm not coaching, and I'm real happy I'm here to ask you a question. Obviously, you have to be thrilled with how your team came out of the locker room.
Well, really pleased. I thought our inside game stepped up big. I thought our guard play was really efficient, and you know, we're very, very focused team right now. And why? Because we have so much respect for Ole Miss, and we played them and played them and played them, it seems like. But we came in ready. That's all I'd say.
Well, it seems as if you went inside early to try to establish your height, and then that really opened up the outside for Bjorklund and several of your outside shooters.
And I think has been our philosophy this whole year is we want to get post touches early, and then obviously when they double teams, kick out, reverse. They invested in it. Did a great job.
Thanks, Pat. Good luck second half. Back to you, Bob.
Okay, thank you very much, Carol. And Pat Summitt heads to the locker room to talk things over with the Lady Vols. A magnificent halftime performance. And our score reflects the dominance. At the break, it's Tennessee 50 and Ole Miss 25. Our halftime show coming up next from Duluth, Georgia. Just about set to start the second half. Let's send it over to Carol with Renee Lander.
Renee, obviously you've run into a buzzsaw in this Tennessee juggernaut. Right. What do you tell your team at halftime?
Keep fighting. You got to get on the boards. You got to get a stop, and then we've got to score. Our problem is we've not run our offense very effectively. They've taken away our best player. So somebody else has got to step up for the Rebels.
And who do you think that player would be? Who do you feel like can have the most success against this Tennessee defense?
You know, we've lived a lot by the perimeter shot. Liz is going to have to loosen up and knock down some shots for us to open it up. And when they're doubling on Bianca, the posts are going to have to hit shots. So, you know, we're just going to have to do a good job. We're just going to have to fight.
Okay. Thanks, Renee.
Ole Miss basketball as we start the second half.
It'll be interesting, Bob, to see how Ole Miss does come out of that locker room. Right now, you're just playing for pride pretty much, and see if you can get back in it. And Kayla Nelson shows good life coming right out and attacking.
In double figures now with 10. And for Ole Miss to gain some confidence, these first 4 minutes of the second half are crucial.
Well, they are, and this Ole Miss team's got some fight in them now. There's no question about that. It's just whether they can line up and make enough plays to compete against this very good Tennessee team today.
Tennessee's missed 2 shots, and Ole Miss can't get the basketball. Now Strickland travels. They get it via a turnover.
Well, it doesn't matter how you get it if you're Ole Miss.
That's right. We'll take it any way we can get it.
Tennessee, on the other hand, they've got to come out. And again, if you're coaching for postseason, Pat Summitt's not going to be worried so much about Ole Miss, the opponent. She's worrying about Tennessee, her own team, and how they're going to stay focused in this last 20 minutes of the ball game.
50-27. Thomas. And a hell ball. Arrow to Tennessee.
And it's good to see both teams are still hustling and scrapping, and you would expect that to be the case.
Kelly Kane, 4 points in that first half. Strickland on the handoff to Manning. And the reach in on Black. Chantel second. It has been a long dry spell for Ole Miss against Tennessee. They've lost 19 consecutive games to the Lady Vols.
Well, I was a part of a few of those, and unfortunately unfortunately for the rest of the league, a lot of teams can say that. They have just been so dominant. And again, Ole Miss looking for any way to make a play from the shoulders down, which is really the only place they can play with Tennessee, but they get called for a foul.
Kane missing the first of two. Struggles at the line, 48%. Yeah, you're right. There are some losing streaks against Tennessee in this league in the 30s.
Well, Tennessee is just, really since Pat went to Tennessee as a very young coach, she has methodically and consistently built this program into a dynasty, and they have dominated SEC play with the exception of a few years with Joe Champion, the Auburn group, Andy Landers at Georgia, on occasion a tough Vanderbilt team, LSU, have really competed with them, but it's still Tennessee that set the bar for this league.
This foul on Kelly Kane is her second. Black for three, and the rebound comes to Kelly Kane. He was fifth in the conference in rebounding at just under 8 per game. 51-27, and the lob over the head of Brewer, out of bounds. Just the 5th Tennessee turnover.
Well, you could see what Angie Bjorklund was seeing. She saw the backside of that Ole Miss zone open up, and she had big 6'6" Kelly Kane over there, but Bjorklund threw it a little too high.
Robertson. And Renee talked about Liz at halftime. Only 2 points in that first half, and they need her outside shooting desperately.
No question about that, Bob. Elizabeth Robertson's been a big cog in the Ole Miss offense all year long. When you play somebody as good as Tennessee, you've got to have that and more.
Nice takeaway in the post by Nikki Bird.
That was a nice aggressive play by Bird just to really out-wrestle the ball from the Tennessee player. We haven't seen much of that, so that's a good sign for a young post player at Ole Miss.
Nelson. Robertson. Shot clock's at 2. Thomas beats the buzzer. Rims out a 3. Rebound to Kane.
And that was good patience by Ole Miss, but again, at the end of the day, you got to knock down shots, and the ball went in and came right out.
Carol, let me ask you about the length of Tennessee and how that affects an offense. You're not used to seeing all 5 spots on the floor with players as tall as Tennessee has.
No, they've got to be one of the, we're not only talking vertical length, but it's also horizontal. When they get those arms out, it's just impressive. And you're right, it's at every position. And it just makes it, especially when they're in that zone, it really just, it looks like there are about 10 of them out there because they're so big and so spread out.
And as a coach trying to prepare a team, that's so hard to replicate in practice.
Well, you really can't unless you're fortunate enough to have 5 guys that most schools do have practice guys that try to help you prepare, but a lot of these guys they're talented, but they're not coached, so you're still not gonna get the same look that you're gonna get from a team like Tennessee.
Bjorklund, another try, got it. Third 3, 13 points.
And it's tough enough to play Tennessee when they only have 1 shot at it, but when they get 2 and 3 attempts on 1 possession, there's just no way you can compete with that. And for a team like Ole Miss that's so small, to be able to rebound with Tennessee, they've got to get the game going fast. They've got to get up and down the floor and get a lot of those long spraying out type rebounds that come from 3-point shooting.
Kelly Kane stuffing that shot. The Lady Vol all-time record holder for most blocks in a season. And a timeout with 15:36 to play. Angie Bjorklund and Tennessee rolling over Ole Miss.
Basketball fans who want good lodging for the lowest price of any national chain need only go to Motel6.com. Book online and save a bundle. Hooray for savings. We'll leave the light on for you. Official lodging partner of basketball fans.
Make NCAA March Madness better. With Papa John's $10 buzzer beater. All large pizzas just $10. Your choice of toppings. Your choice of pizzas. Even specialties just $10. Plus, get a free Coke Zero when you buy 2 20-ounce Cokes online at papajohns.com.
You run the cheese, baby. Let's eat.
Get Papa John's $10 buzzer beater before time runs out.
You don't really think about stability until you don't have it. Auto Owners Insurance has been safe, sound, and secure for over 90 years. That's stability you can count on. Contact your independent Auto Owners Insurance agent today. Ranked highest in customer satisfaction with the Auto Insurance Claims Experience 2 years in a row by J.D. Power & Associates. Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people.
You gonna eat that?
Motel 6 is proud to announce a brand new light to leave on for you. Yep, Motel 6 now offers wireless internet service because laptops are travelers too. I'm Tom Bodette, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Go online and get in the game on FoxSportsSouth.com.
Yes, all Tennessee. 54-27, Kelly Kane. We talked about her homecoming. And a remarkable basketball player. Carol battling through not one but 2 surgeries on her right knee. Playing great. And now, with the shot clock at 1, a foul. Let's take a look at our game summary today. Glory Johnson picking up that last foul. Bianca Thomas held to 8 so far. And Tennessee doing everything right.
Well, they really are, and it does start with their defense and their rebounding, and it has gone from there. Once you defend and rebound, you're going to be able to get some easy offense. They've assisted, passed the ball, shared the ball really well.
And a foul on Kane for a push. Her third.
Well, Kelly Kane, she does get the ball cleanly, but it's down low where a lot of post players get the foul. The fans don't like it, but that's just the way it is. And
2 free throws coming for Bianca Thomas. Lucia Brewer coming back. And Kane out with the 3 personals.
Back to Kelly Kane, you talked about her injury. She really has battled, and this has probably been the most healthy she's been. And when Kelly Kane is healthy, you can see how good she really is.
54-27 Tennessee. Basket. Foul before the shot.
Again, that's just Tennessee just beating Ole Miss up on those backboards. They are so hard to keep off the boards, and of course every team knows that that's their challenge, but knowing it and doing it are 2 different things. And the energy and intensity really of all 5 players that are on the floor, they're all going to the glass. They go hard, they're relentless.
The rebounding story right now, 27 Tennessee, 9 Ole Miss. Remarkable.
It really is. And if they continue to rebound the ball like this throughout the month of March, you're going to see a whole lot of Tennessee orange, not only throughout the SEC tournament, but the NCAA tournament as well.
A second foul on Glory Johnson gives the ball back to Ole Miss. So how did, well, Take a look at the foul first.
There's no question she does that little rip move, which a lot of post players use it, but Ole Miss happened to be in the right spot to turn that into an offensive foul.
Robertson went down. Another player, Black, hits the deck. She's hurting. 5 on 4 at the other end. The lay-in is good by Brewer. And let's see what happened to Chantel.
Well, the game's getting really, really physical right now, and it started really, I thought we had an offensive foul there on Glory Johnson, but didn't get called. And then somewhere behind that, I think Chantel Black actually ran into a Tennessee player. Maybe it was Brianna Bass, just crashed, and Chantel got the bad end of that wreck.
Only 2 Ole Miss points so far in the second half, 56-27. 6 minutes elapsed in the second half. Ole Miss saves the possession. Shot clock's at 5. The pump, the pass, the lay-in.
That was a nice job. Ole Miss has struggled to really do anything well offensively. A lot of that's due to Tennessee's tough defense, but that was a very nice play by Ole Miss to share the basketball and break that Tennessee defense down.
Becky Bird, second basket, 4 points. 56-29. Knocked out of bounds. Of course, the rest of the world feels like the national tournament is just being played for the Connecticut coronation. But Carol, your view on the top 4 looks like at this moment what would be the top 4 seeds in the tournament?
Well, I think first of all, people need to be very careful about acting as if UConn has already won the national championship for a couple of reasons. One, it's competition. That's how we play. Nothing's a given in sport. And 2, there are a lot of other teams that are good. We're looking at one of them in Tennessee.
Yes, ma'am.
I do radio in the Big 12. I've seen Nebraska. They're undefeated. They're very solid in every aspect. So they're a very good team.
Stanford.
And you got Stanford, who probably competed best with Connecticut early, even though that game was on the road in Connecticut. So you've got a lot of teams that have a lot to say about who wins the national championship before it's even been, the tournament hadn't even started yet.
Now a loose ball and a foul. And Kayla Melson grabbing her right ankle. And she got rolled up on that play. The foul is going to go against Spaney.
Well, you hate to see any player go down, and you know, it's just, again, people trying to make plays, hustling, fighting, getting in there, digging it out. That's Chantel Black. The ball pops
right
out
there,
and then it just,
see the ankle rolled underneath.
No question that Spaney inadvertently just rolled right over on Melson's leg. 2 players just trying to make a play, hustling, which they have been all night, all day. But Kayla Melson really took a lot of the body weight of Spaney, came down on that ankle.
.29 left in our second half. And as we check on the condition of Kayla Melson, we'll step aside. Be right back to Duluth.
There are many places where the kind of fish in your fish sandwich is, well, a question. Wendy's Premium Fish Fillet is 100% North Pacific cod. Try one today.
Welcome back to Tech and Talk. I'm Ranjit. This is Chad. Sir.
Hello, Ranjit. I'm stuck in a cell phone contract. Can I get out of it with no penalty?
There is always a penalty. You are now like my uncle's cow, Goldie, tied to a post. Milk at regular intervals. Chad, shame him. you should be with Metro PCS. You'll get nationwide 3G coverage plus no contract.
$40 a month, period, for unlimited talk, text, and web. Metro PCS, wireless for all.
$12:23 remaining in our second half. As we come back to the action, it's going to be Ole Miss basketball. They assisted Kayla Melson to the Ole Miss bench where she is being attended to by the medical staff. And I think Ole Miss got away with a backcourt violation, but now they say the ball was tipped.
Well, they did get away with one, but Ole Miss needs at least one break tonight, and that might be the only one.
Outside, Robertson, and the rebound to Bass. Robertson 0 for 4 outside the arc. 58-31. And Third with the foul from behind. Third on Nikki.
Nikki Bird, that's a tough matchup for her. Lori Johnson is so athletic and quick. Nikki Bird's more of a power type post, and Lori Johnson's just a little too much to handle.
A timeout with 11:56 to play in the second half. Tennessee 58, Ole Miss 31.
When you own a business, nothing beats the sound of saving time and money. And it's never been simpler to save with Regions Life Green Checking and Savings for Business. You'll enjoy free online and mobile banking. And with Regions Quick Deposit, you can deposit checks right from your desk. Drop by and get started with a business financial review through a Regions Cash Core analysis. It's how business gets into the rhythm of saving. Regions, proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
Get a real value meal for $2.99. Wendy's Crispy Chicken Deluxe with all white meat, or the Double Junior Cheeseburger Deluxe, both with fries and a drink, now for just $2.99.
You know when it's real.
Introducing the 2010 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the all-new Ram Heavy Duty. With a legendary 6.7-liter Cummins turbo diesel, an all-new refined interior, Ram gives brains more to think with, muscles more to work with, and trophy shelves more to deal with. Ram Heavy Duty, Motor Trend's 2010 Truck of the Year. Ram.
This is the scene here a moment ago. Kayla Melson telling the training staff, well, let me just test it here. Let's see if I can walk on this ankle.
Well, Kayla Melson she's a tough warrior type player.
Yes, she is.
She can play hurt. She wants to be in the middle of the competition, and there's no backing down in her. If she can go, she will go.
The resiliency of youth.
I'm telling you, and this is not a game where if you're in an Ole Miss uniform, you're really it's not all fun in games right now for Ole Miss, but Kayla Melson, she is a competitor, and she's not going to want to miss a moment of it.
Under 12 in the second half. Auburn and Kentucky. Our next game. This one thrown away.
That was a nice job by Ole Miss defensively to come out and try to run some traps at Tennessee, catch them off guard. They were able to do just that. Tennessee throws the ball away. And what I love, Bob, Renee Ladner's over there coaching as if this was a one-point ball game. She's got a lot of fight in her. I was fortunate enough to play with Renee in college, and she was on my staff at Florida and Ole Miss, and there's no quit in her either now. She will compete, and her players reflect that and how hard they play.
The shot clock at 12 for Tennessee. Manning looks for a space, puts up the runner. The long rebound comes up to Bianca Thomas. 5 days ago, Bianca went for 34 against the Lady Vols. They have not let her out of their sights in this game. Nice move inside, Nikki Bird.
That was a big-time move for Bird, and it's good to see her continue to compete.
And that's a push on Bird, way off the ball. And Lawson News right in front of him. He had to blow the whistle on that one.
Well, he did. Nikki Bird, whether it's frustration or she's just trying to keep up with Glory Johnson, she just comes and gives her a little shove. If Glory's trying to work her way to the block, and Lawson Newton's all over it. Made a good call.
Tough shot, but it's beautiful follow by Alicia Manning.
Why not? Tennessee has just been exceptional on the offensive boards.
60-33. Lady Vols with 10:25 to play. Thomas, defended by Bass. Goes into the post, leaves it short. And now we've got a lot of, I believe, a double foul coming as Kane well, maybe it's a foul on Kane first. There was some retaliation, so we'll let the officials sort it out here.
I think, Bob, they're going to end up calling a double foul. Kelly Kane and Nikki Bird. And a little off-the-ball activity.
It's 10:08 to play as Lawson comes over to check the tape.
Well, Lawson Newton, he's had to sort out a couple of tough situations lately. He was in Lubbock when they had the activity with Brittany Griner, and it's just off the ball. These two competitive posts are getting after it, and Kelly Kane rips her hand out, and it looks like Nikki Bird let her hand come flying in there too, so.
And the officials are trying to determine the severity of the contact as Bird comes across.
Well, they've got to decide right, Bob, if she was swinging at Kelly Kane with intent or whether her arm was just swinging and it hit Kelly Kane. There is a difference, but the referees are going to have to figure that one out. But if it's intentional, then she's going to have to go, and there's no place for it. If it's just sloppy work with your arm, then she's going to have to learn how to control her body a little bit better.
See that I think what the officials are seeing, that first elbow was thrown by Kane, and I think that was the first foul that Tina spotted, and then you had the retaliation, and again the refs are going to determine for all of us how they view that contact. It's like the tribunal getting together.
Well, when you have a situation like this, it is critical that the referees get it right, because you're looking at Kelly Kane and Nikki Bird, and it's going to be a, if they decide this is a flagrant situation, then that impacts a player not only for this game but their reputation down the road. So the referees do have to get it right.
And now the coaches meet with the officials. If it is judged to be a flagrant foul, Bird is ejected from the game. And if it is deemed to be a punch thrown and a fighting the connotation that fighting goes with this foul, then there will be a suspension, an automatic one-game suspension for Ole Miss's next game, be that in postseason or at the beginning of next year. She is a sophomore. So that's what they're trying to untangle. And if there is just a personal foul call, Nikki will be disqualified. That will be her 5th.
Well, at first I thought it was a double foul.
I did too.
And then, you know, as we watch more footage,
foul on Kane. And a flagrant technical is called on Nikki Bird. Lewis missing the free throw. And that was the front of a 1-and-1 on the Kane foul. And now Bass shoots 2 free throws on the flagrant tech.
Bob, I'm glad you're sitting by me and you can sort all this out. I'm just an old coach. This is confusing to me.
So Bass hits the 2 free throws. And Nikki Bird's day is done with 6 points and 5 rebounds.
Well, you know, all those situations are unfortunate, but I do think Lawson Newton and Mary Day and Tyna Napier did a nice job sorting it out, communicating with the coaches.
And as it was deemed a flagrant technical, that is the end of that in terms of the jurisprudence for Nikki Bird. Back to basketball. And we're all more comfortable about that. Here's Thomas feeding it up top. Robertson 3, no. And tipped out, Ole Miss ball.
Elizabeth Robertson didn't quite have her feet set, but she sure got a good look at it.
And we do want to stand corrected. The public address announcer said in the building it was a flagrant technical. It was not. It was a dead ball technical. So Bird will be charged for that. It's a technical foul. Is of course a personal foul. That's her 5th. She's done for the game. Are you still with me?
I'm with you. I'm a little slow, Bob, but you're so sharp. Even I sound like I know what I'm talking about when I sit by you.
Here comes Williams. Here comes Tennessee. They lead it 62-33.
Well, back to the matter at hand, which is playing basketball. Again, both teams do continue to play hard. Tennessee obviously is on top of this situation, and they're trying to get better so they can be ready for their next round. Ole Miss is playing the way they've always played, with a lot of energy and heart. They will continue to scrap and fight.
Carol, you've coached for so many years and had so many great ball clubs as Black scores. You know, a team plays as well as Tennessee did in that first half. It could be any club that comes up with a masterful performance and everything's working, and then halftime. It's like halftime is your worst enemy. It just takes some of the emotion and the tenacity away just because you shut it down for 15 minutes. And sometimes it's hard to restart that engine, even when you come back on the floor with a 25-point lead.
Well, it is, but, you know, as I mentioned earlier, there's probably nobody better in the month of March, and that includes coming into tournament play, half-times, whatever the situation is, than Pat Summitt. So this will be a situation where she gets her team ready again.
Every moment is a teaching moment. 8:59 to play.
There are many places where the kind of fish in your fish sandwich is, well, a question. Wendy's Premium Fish Fillet is 100% North Pacific cod. Try one today.
Welcome back to Tech and Talk. I'm Ranjit. This is Chad. Sir.
Hello, Ranjit. I'm stuck in a cell phone contract. Can I get out of it with no penalty?
There is always a penalty. You are now like my uncle's cow, Goldie, tied to a post, milked at regular intervals. Chad, shame him. You should be with Metro PCS. You'll get nationwide 3G coverage plus no contract.
$40 a month, period, for unlimited talk, text, and web. Metro PCS. Wireless for all.
Get a real value meal. Wendy's Crispy Chicken Deluxe or Double Junior Cheeseburger Deluxe, all with fries and a drink for just $2.99.
You know when it's real.
At long last, the Atlanta Braves take the field on Sports South as Chipper and crew collide with Hanley Ramirez and the Marlins. Catch it here, Tuesday and Wednesday beginning at 1, only on Sports South. Presented by Pennington Smart Seed. A new season of Braves baseball is right around the corner.
More games than anyone else. And they're all right here.
Chip Carey and Joe Simpson are bringing home your Atlanta Braves on Fox Sports South and Sports South. This is our team. Go online and get in the game on foxsportssouth.com.
62-35. Bob Rathman, Carol Ross back at the SEC Women's Tournament. Ole Miss knew they had to do one thing, and that's connect consistently from the outside today. And unfortunately for Thomas and Robertson, going against this tremendous Tennessee defense, the shooting touch has just not been there.
Well, for Ole Miss to have a chance against anybody, your best players have to play big when you go into league play. And most certainly the SEC's leading scorer, Bianca Thomas, has struggled tonight. Part of that, a great majority of that, has really been Tennessee's defense has really respected her, which means they've locked her up. They've made it very tough for her. Elizabeth Robertson is another player that Tennessee knew they had to control, and they've done that as well. And if you can't get your two big guns firing on all cylinders, you're going to struggle, and that has really been the story for Ole Miss offensively. And Tennessee's defense has just been tremendous.
Thomas. Bjorklund, good save. Seven to shoot. Bjorklund strips the cords from three.
Just a tremendous job by Tennessee, again, to show poise and patience, move the ball. He got the shot clock under 10, and then Bjorklund just drives that nail into the coffin.
Thomas got the contact from Manning. Her second, and Bianca will go to the free throw line. We have a timeout, 7:45 to play second half. The top seed Tennessee leading Ole Miss 66-35.
Everything worth listening to is now on Sirius XM. The most commercial-free music. The best in talk, news, and entertainment. Every major sport. Everything you love. Everything you want. And new things to discover on over 130 channels. Add the best of Sirius to your XM subscription or the best of XM to your Sirius subscription. Hear what over 35 million listeners can't get enough of. Sirius XM.
Torque, with my swingman glove, I can feel anything.
Man, these swingman cleats, light base pass on fire.
Toy was out.
Yeah, Tor was out. What? Tor was safe.
The Nike Swingman Collection, only at Dick's Sporting Goods. Better athlete, better team.
What defines a champion? Courage, character, drive, teamwork, dedication. These are the virtues of heroes. And as we hope for the best in them, hope is reborn in us. The SEC is proud to honor and support the athletes of Special Olympics. Be inspired.
66-35, Tennessee. 7:45 left in our second half. Auburn and Kentucky to follow. Our Regions Bank little things add up. And for Pat Summitt's Lady Vols today, absolute domination started with the offensive rebounding.
No offense to Regions Bank, but those aren't little things. Those are huge things. I mean, that is a beatdown on the boards. And, you know, if you control the backboards, you control the game. Much like football, if you control the line of scrimmage, you're going to control the game. And rebounding's the same way in the game of basketball.
Bianca Thomas, her first second half points. And reaches double figures with 10. Ole Miss scrambling defensively. And weak side ball movement to Brewer for a lay-in. Thomas scores it and a foul.
Nice job, Bianca Thomas, just to try to continue to find ways to be creative in scoring. This time she just puts her head down and really drives the ball to the rim.
The senior from Henderson, Tennessee, wrapping up a marvelous Ole Miss career. 3-point play.
And this Ole Miss team, Bob, is, you know, they're qualified for postseason, so one way or the other, they'll be playing a little longer, and I know for these Ole Miss seniors, that's going to be really important to continue to get a taste of postseason, whether it's NIT, which I would imagine that's where they'll head. You want to play. These seniors, it's a big senior class for Ole Miss, so they want to continue to get every game in they can.
Absolutely. They will go into postseason at 17-14. And then the real countdown for Bianca Thomas, Liz Robertson will begin.
And that's one of the seniors that's really had a huge career for Ole Miss. Out of Hoover, Alabama. Elizabeth Robertson was very unselfishly moved from a guard position to a forward position to help this Ole Miss team.
Tennessee now 36-14 on the glass. The reverse won't go. The follow is short. But Tennessee just piling up the offensive rebounds and second chance points.
And how about Alicia Manning just running the floor, being persistent on the backboard. She has really been a do-all type player for Tennessee since Pat Summitt put her in the lineup.
And yes, that was Kayla Melson.
It's good to see Kayla Melson back in the game after what looked like it could have been a very severe injury to her ankle.
Rebound, Brewer. Nice catch. Laying good.
I tell you what, there's been a lot of great performances today wearing Tennessee uniforms, but Brewer has been superb. She has been a good catcher. She's been a great finisher. She's had a big presence inside for Tennessee.
You look at Brewer, 21 points, and that's 2 away from a career high that she established against Louisville earlier this season. The 6th leading field goal percentage in the SEC at 53.5 coming into the tournament, and she has done nothing but add to that on 9 of 11 shooting. Outstanding.
Well, she really set the tone for the ball game. She had a huge presence inside early in this game. Ole Miss could do nothing with her, and then it really opened up everything that happened. Good for Tennessee on the outside as well.
The 21 for Brewer as the Lady Vols lead it by 32, under 6 to play in the game.
The other great thing about Brewer going into the starting lineup for Tennessee, it allowed Pat Summitt to bring Glory Johnson off the bench. And you love bringing players off the bench that can raise the energy level, the intensity level. Lori Johnson really comes in and becomes a big factor in that kind of that sixth player role, even though Alicia Brewer was the SEC sixth player of the year.
This one blocked from behind. Manning's shot was. Now Ole Miss comes away. Thomas down the lane. Gets a lay-in.
Nice job. Bianca Thomas just bobbing and darting through that Tennessee defense to get to the rim for a layup.
Small bone missing. Her first action of the game. 72-44. Blocked. And Tennessee takes it away.
And who else but Alicia Brewer makes the play to block that shot. Tennessee shows a little chip in the armor by throwing the ball away, which they hadn't done much wrong today.
A rare turnover in that first half, only 3, 11 here in the second half. 72-44. And this foul coming on Lori Johnson.
Well, the officials have tightened up quite a bit since that flagrant foul situation with Kelly Kane and Nikki Bird. You want to keep things under control. These are two teams that are trying to battle to the finish.
First point for Lewis. Now coming in, Miko Williams. 4:19 left. (72-46) Tennessee. Off the rim.
There's a nice rebound by Phillips to fight off those bigger Tennessee players to come down with that rebound.
Up off the glass and good by Chantel Black. She reaches double figures with 11.
Chantel Black takes it in amongst those big Tennessee players and finds a little air and opportunity at the rim.
Just laying short by Lewis.
That was a situation where it was just team speed. Lewis was a little slow getting the ball to the rim, and Tennessee closed out like a defensive back and was able to get a piece of that basketball.
Tennessee possession and a timeout. 3:08 remaining in our ball game from Duluth, Georgia. Second round SEC Women's Tournament. Chantel Black on the drive. It's all Tennessee.
You don't really think about stability until you don't have it. Auto Owners Insurance has been safe, sound, and secure for over 90 years. That's stability you can count on. Contact your independent Auto Owners Insurance agent today, ranked highest in customer satisfaction with the Auto Insurance Claims Experience 2 years in a row by J.D. Power & Associates. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
Comcast is enhancing its network to bring you more. More on demand. More HD channels. Doubling your speed for no additional charge. More HD. The best HD picture quality available. Soon, America's leading enhanced fiber optic network for TV, phone, and internet will bring you the world of more.
Imagine if you could keep your engine as close as possible to factory clean. Introducing new Pennzoil Ultra.
a revolutionary new synthetic oil that takes clean where it's never been before. Nothing feels like a factory clean engine. And nothing keeps you closer to factory clean than new Pennzoil Ultra Motor Oil.
Go online and get in the game on FoxSportsSouth.com.
Last weekend, Alicia Manning had a double-double against Ole Miss, and she has done it again today, 14 and 13.
We talked a lot about Tennessee's height, but it's not their biggest player that's been their fierce warrior on the boards. Alicia Manning has just been excellent for Tennessee, doing all the little things, the dirty work, we call it. Offensive rebound, giving Tennessee extra opportunity.
Long one by Robertson is short. And Tennessee the board with 2:50 to play.
I have to really give this Tennessee coaching staff a lot of credit for getting this team ready to play. And we heard Pat Summitt say it was out of respect for Ole Miss. Ole Miss has been a team that Tennessee has had a very difficult time beating. So they were really focused in on practice and how to come into this tournament and get off to a good start. They had to go through Ole Miss, and they certainly have been able to do that today.
Tennessee will play the winner of the Vanderbilt-LSU game, 3:30 Eastern here in Duluth, Georgia on Saturday. Our next game is Auburn and Kentucky, with the winner to meet the Georgia-Mississippi State winner.
There's a lot of good basketball to be played at this tournament, and the games are only going to get better. We had 3 outstanding games yesterday to open the tournament up, and look forward to more of those games today.
Timeout, Tennessee. Smallbone, triple team, 2 defender in the sideline.
Well, you don't want to bring the ball on the sideline against a traffic team like Ole Miss, but Smallbone made that mistake, and Pat Summitt's letting her know about it.
A 72-50 ball game with 1:40 remaining and just 2 seconds on the Tennessee shot clock.
And that's another teaching situation.
And Alicia Brewer is our Wendy's player of the game today. 21 and 6 and a phenomenal shooting job of 9 of 11. Moving into that starting lineup, and she has fit right in.
Well, she certainly has. She most of the season did not start, which is why she was the SEC 6th person of the year. But then when Pat Summitt did put her in the lineup, and especially in this game, she set the tone for Tennessee by dominating inside play early in this ball game, and then everything opened up for Tennessee after that.
Hammond missing the 3. And this one knocked out of bounds with 1:21 left.
Well, Coach Ladner has emptied her bench. She's letting some of her younger players that have not had SEC tournament experience into the ball game.
Tennessee will take to the semifinals and a 12-game winning streak and a 28-2 overall record. .46-20 on the board for Tennessee. And look at Glory Johnson go 94 feet.
She is a beautiful athlete to watch, especially when she's in the open court.
Final seconds of game 1. Auburn, Kentucky coming up. We'll be back on the air at 2:30 Eastern Time with our coverage of the Auburn and Kentucky affair. Dave Neal will take over the play-by-play duties and join Carol. And then 2 more tonight. The free throw by Lewis. Her 3rd point, 6'2" senior out of Clinton, Mississippi.
joining in the applause and appreciation for what has been a terrific effort by Tennessee.
Smallbone pumps it home. 76-51. That was a 2. An air ball with 2.9. Tennessee will play it in, and that will do it here from Duluth, Georgia. The Lady Vol faithful on their feet with a standing O for Pat Summitt and the Lady Vols as they take care of business in this second round matchup. Tennessee led 50-25 at halftime and never looked back. Impressive. 76-51 is our final score here today in game 1 of the second round. For Carol Ross and the rest of our crew, this is Bob Rathman. Thank you for joining us. Join us back at 2:30 Eastern Time for Game 2, Auburn and Kentucky.